Okay, so out of all the deleted scenes, I feel like most of the stuff gets cut from Paris. And actually, if you listen to the audio commentary on Home Alone, the reason for that is that they included most of these scenes that were in Paris in the original cut. They showed it to test audiences, and test audiences just didn't want that. They always wanted to be back with Kevin. They always wanted to see what Kevin was up to while he was home alone, and nobody really cared about what the other McCallisters were doing in Paris. And so a lot of the stuff with Peter and the rest of the family kind of got cut down to just one scene, essentially.
The big one that's cut, right, is when the McCallisters first arrive in Paris, and then we see the Paris McCallisters.
The Paris / New York McCallisters. Yeah.
It's a funny scene. It's also interesting because we actually meet these characters in that scene in a way that we never otherwise do.
Yeah, and then they spread apart this dot matrix sign that they printed out at their house that says
"Welcome to Paris" or something.
Joyeux Noel, welcome to Paris.
Right.
Yeah, and essentially the McCallisters just run through the sliding doors and run straight through the sign.
Like it's a finish line.
Yeah, like they do
it's
not
a ribbon at a finish line.
Yeah. On top of that, Heather and Rod are both with this group. Their parents are the ones holding the signs, and they also
just
run straight through it without saying a thing to any of their immediate family members.
Right. It is a funny scene, but I agree. It does make sense for it to not have been included. And I think maybe more than any other reason, there really is no other scene with the Paris / New York McCallisters.
Yeah.
You see them way in the back of a shot, in a wide shot in the Paris apartment. But it's weird, I think, to like rest with this family for this long moment and show them close up, give them speaking lines, and then never see them again. So I think like you were saying, from a pacing perspective, it probably made sense to eliminate that and just say, these people are really sort of non-characters.
Yeah. The scene with the sign, actually, a sliver of it made it into the theatrical cut. You get a shot where Kate and the rest of the family are running towards the terminal. They do a shot of Kate from behind. She looks around to make sure the rest of her family's there. And you can see through the sliding doors, the Paris McCallisters are there holding the sign.
Got it. So it's the reverse shot. They have the continuity there. So it's that same scene.
Yeah, that one's still in there.
Well, viewers at home, eagle eye that one.
Check it out.
Right.
The other big scene in Paris is, I think in the deleted scenes, it's called Sleepless in Paris. And it's basically like the other McCallisters, apart from Buzz, he's sleeping just fine.
Yeah.
The other McCallisters are
sleeping
just
like a baby, not a care in the world.
Yeah. The other McCallisters are just awake, restless, and tormented about their broken family. Peter is out in the living room or whatever, awake still. And Linny comes out and talks to him about what the meaning of Christmas is. And they sort of come to the conclusion that the meaning of Christmas is being with your immediate family.
His family.
Yeah.
Wow. Really, you guys really had to crack that nut.
Yeah.
You didn't know.
Well, there's a reason it was cut.
Well, so I'm going to consider these two different scenes. I mean, they are two different scenes, even if they were butted up against each other in, I don't know. But the Sleepless in Paris sequence, the one that's just sort of this tracking shot over their heads where they're all lying awake at night. Yeah. You can tell how it would work with a bed of music, right? It's like an MOS shot. Well, Buzz is snoring, but it could be an MOS shot with bed of music. And I'm not including the Peter and Linny conversation in this, but that is the one deleted scene of all of them that I think could have strengthened the final cut. I think it pairs really nicely with Kevin laying alone in bed, watching Johnny Carson, and then being apologetic and sort of looking around and kissing his family goodnight. I think the pairing there is nice, and I think it's a nice human moment, because what we lose when we don't see like the extended stuff in Paris with the family, I think what we lose to a great extent is the fact that this is all mutual. That even though all of his siblings and his whole family were kind of jerks to Kevin at the beginning, they're feeling bad.
Yeah.
They're missing Kevin. They're worrying about their brother. They're maybe feeling remorseful.
I feel like Megan and Linny in particular are feeling
Yeah.
pretty guilty about how they treated Kevin before they left. The only time you really feel that in the theatrical cut is that final moment when they're all reunited.
Yeah.
And
I mean, that doesn't strengthen any one character, right? It's definitely that emotional. The family's all back together. They all seem happy to be. But I do think it robs those tertiary characters of some of their depth because we don't really know what they're doing. So I did like that scene.